certifications across the world, including Kenya?
I think Kenya and Africa is on the cusp of change. We will pivot our outlook on quality talent pipeline, quality assessment very soon. We have UN agencies coming to Kenya next year. We would be playing global scene. I think there's a tremendous opportunity for HR to differentiate. Organizations are beginning, I'm saying, are already beginning to see where are the men from the boys or where are the women from the girls in terms of certified people. It would augment very fast. And I believe IHRM is doing the right thing, and it needs to even accelerate the effort to propagate certifications. There should be peer level movement, there should be hand holding, there should be a lot of gaga about going for certifications. Uh, it is just about time where it would be absolutely necessary or it would be absolutely disastrous or entry barrier for people who are not certified in the space of HR very soon.
Thank you very much for that response. I was listening to one of the moderators at the 29th conference, that is Benjamin, who said that in Ghana, when they call conferences for HR, very few people turn up. What do you think Kenya is doing well in terms of certification?
Whenever I come here, I get amazed by the maturity of Kenyan human capital. It's an amazing place to be in. Congratulations. And I have traveled to Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, and 8 southern and eastern countries: Uganda, Kampala, Malawi, Tanzania, Ethiopia. HR is at different level of legislation importance. The HR bodies like IHRM or SHAM, Ethiopia, or SABPP, South Africa Board for People Practices in South Africa, and TRAPA in Tanzania are a different level of modality. Many economies who are evolving, where HR is still in the personal or still into the payroll and union management mode. I think Kenya has very much evolved. It's very mature. The gig economy is in place. Entrepreneurial capital is in place. I'm wondering whether human capital has still reached the MSSE or in the micro and small enterprises. I do not think so. Is there an opportunity? I think there is tremendous opportunity. Kenya is better than others, and I don't know what they're doing right, but I believe the recognition to the fact that differential performance comes largely after exhausting other factors of production by harnessing human capital. So that realization is a major driver and is a major shift that I believe Kenya is recognized.
That's very good that you mentioned that legislation of HR in Kenya is one of those building blocks of making the practice of Kenya more credible, more elevated, and more clear. Now, let us jump into the next question. How can HR professionals ensure that the certification they pursue remain relevant in an evolving HR landscape shaped by technology? One of the things that was mentioned in the morning at the 29th HR conference is disruption. There's a lot of disruption. So how can HR professionals ensure that the certification they pursue remain relevant in a very disruptive environment, especially artificial intelligence and other technologies?
I'm going to take a little more time and I'm going to expand this question to a major shift that is happening. In earlier years, you and my years, we used to take a 3 years degree or 4 years degree. And that degree was for the lifetime. So to acquisition of knowledge or degree was a long-term affair, 3 to 4 years. And monetization of that degree was for 2 or 3 decades. So the degree was for lifetime. I think in the disruptive era, with attention spans and with the currency spans of anything is a very short and a shrunken. Best in time acquisition of knowledge is or skills is important, and that's the way the world is going to operate. And the era of monetization of that skill would not be more than 3 months, 4 months, or a year. So quickly learning, unlearning, relearning is going to happen. Certifications to remain relevant. I do not know specifically whether the Kenyan certification of CHRP requires recertification. I think it requires CPDs. I don't know. But my certifications,
You're right.
Yeah.
Continuous CBD points. Yeah.
Yeah. So this CPDs, continuous professional development points or continuous development points, are the ones that will keep this certification alive. I have to recertify every time, every 3 years, and these recertification processes are rigorous. So how much rigor we get into this certificate, how much entry barrier we create into this certification is very important. If it is too easy to get, we'll dilute mm, the impact of that. If recertification is too difficult, people would not stay course. If it's too easy, it will get meaningless. So we need to strike that balance and renew through recertification and upgrade the HR space. Tomorrow it could be AI, day after it could be remote management. Probably a year after we may have not only humans to deal with. Recently, I heard that few robots convince few other robots that stop working because of the working conditions. So we may have to manage robots' labor union. So we might have to equip with a skill which will be totally different than what we are used to today. For all you know, we might not have human force. We might have a different kind of game. So recertification, constant learning is required.
If I hear you correctly, you're encouraging that HR people should embrace micro learning.
Definitely.
What is the role of micro learning?
Best in time, bite size. And shelf life of that learning won't be long.
And how
what
should
to do? Yeah, sorry.
It's all right. Go on.
What to do then? What when you don't know what to do? That's what I'm going to talk day after. What to do when you don't know what to do? Learning agility. Only competence that will keep you relevant is this.
Very, very, very good. How can HRs use artificial intelligence to continuously improve their skills?
Do we have an option?
No, we don't have an option. Then because you've done a lot of traveling, you've done a lot of certifications, you have one or two ideas that you can share with HR people, how they can use AI. For example, somebody can reformat ChatGPT so that they can be able to continuously learn. Although it is not an element of certification, but there is an improvement that comes out of using artificial intelligence.
I think HR must delegate mundane routine tasks to appropriate AI tools, which are trained to deal situations well. AI needs to be trained, and HR needs to ensure they derive the best out of delegation of mundane tasks to AI. There are many apps, but the main thing is AI should free up the time to have eye contact, to have human connections, to walk up to the Gemba, that is the workplace, to touch employees, to get the feelings. Only thing the AI yet is not able to do is to have relational quotient. And I believe HR now has the time and the space with aid of AI to relate to the people. Every person comes with her own stories, with her own context at the workplace. And one must recognize that and subsume her own subcultures into the organizational metaculture and to make her functional and value adding. There is no escape to value adding. One is relevant only if one adds value against the expectation. A true definition of a professional is one who delivers to the requisite professional standards, expectations, regardless of circumstances, who works without supervision, and who self certifies the work. So, professional must have these three qualities: deliver as expected, regardless of circumstances, work without supervision, and self-certified quality of work. Now that will happen definitely with usage of AI. Best thing about AI is keep trying, go deeper, utilize AI, and iterate till you find your sweet spot. Do not get addicted to AI. Learn to live without AI if need be, and free up your mundane task and develop genuine, authentic human relations.
That is a very good response. And I'll keep on referring to the current 29th Human Resource Convention, because not convention, conference. Probably Madam Kuresha will tell me the difference between a conference and a convention and a congress, if she's listening. Now, the question I want to ask, because one of the things that was mentioned in the conference is the workforce right now is multi-generational. And as you can see, the old people don't embrace technology. What will you advise them so that they can be able, especially new knowledge, the older you become, the more rigid you become in wanting to be in class? What can you tell them?
I think they should be cajoled
Mm-hmm.
by smooth reverse mentoring, reverse coaching programs,
Mm-hmm.
one skill at a time, 1 point lessons, and make it easy for them to embark. I don't subscribe with the fact that the age is the only one that affects learning. You are learnable or you're not learnable by your proclivity, by your attitude and or your openness, by your curiosity. There are very young people who are dead in learning, and there are very old people very agile in learning. So I do not look at learnability from the eyes of age, and I do not subscribe that we should broadly brush them with that. But anybody who is not able to adopt technology, who's not able to learn anything, there are ways to invite them to learning. Adult learning pedagogical techniques are there. Anybody would learn when they see that this learning is a means to achieve what I'm supposed to deliver. Fear, growth are the two phases when people learn. I want to grow. I want to grow better than others. People would learn. I have fear. I am not performing. I am not likely to deliver my goods. My expectation is the phase where people love. Curiosity kills the cat. I would say curiosity skills the cat. So curiosity is something, and curiosity could be a cultural attribute of a winning and a learning organization. I think we should create culture where learning, experimentation is so addictive and so prevalent. One skill at a time. Very important.
Thank you. One skill at a time. Whenever I go to networking events, what I hear HR people say, my organization paid me for my CPD, my organization paid me for my exam. What some say, me, how can you get that support? What do you think organizations should do in order to support HR professionals in the pursuit of relevant certifications besides probably paying for their trainings and networking events? What else can they do?
Think I have a radical view on this.
Mm.
I would want organizations to financially support the careers, and especially at that phase in which Kenya is, where it's legislated and yet not many are certified. I believe some kind of support should be there, but I would give it this way. I would give the certification fee as a loan to an employee, which is time bound, that the person certifies within the time. And after certification, if employee delivers results, then that loan is waived off. All right. I have a contrarian view because there is no free lunch. At the same time, organization can pay you in many ways. Organization can create teams, can accommodate timing zones, can fund trainers, mentors, coaching programs to enable persons and seekers to get certification. I have been going to many organizations to do GPHR prep courses, 3 days, 4 days, and they are very expensive, and people get nominated. So there is no free lunch. Between running your life and ruining your life, the difference is I, run or ruin. So one must invest not in hair making, not in nail making, but in your own career first. All right. Yet, I would urge organizations to accommodate, give time, give loans to fund it with conditions of
Mm.
passing. Yeah, those organizations who can really afford must pay upfront. All right. I am not saying no. So some kind of support is required. But you know, why are we looking at outside? All right. Your career as a professional is your biggest investment in life. All right. One must, before doing anything, prioritize one's own career making and invest in it because you reap dividends out of it. All right. Now, money is a fraction, but of the entire investment, time, dedication, compromising family, compromising hobbies, compromising leisure are major contributions one must do in adult learning. But I may also say that organizations should be cognizant, should partially support, if not fully, should conditionally support, if not unconditionally. But I believe the driver should be a professional in making who is a pro career enthusiast.
Very good.
Ram?
What I'm getting from you is the driver, the person who should be at the tip of the spear is the professional himself or herself in terms of getting relevant certifications. But the organization also should come in because in one way or the other, it benefits from those certifications in becoming more competitive. Now, we've spoken about the multi-generational presence of people in the organization. We have young people, the Gen Z, who can feel very overwhelmed with certifications. What advice can you give them?
Really? Are we not mollycoddling beyond a point to this Gen Z? Are we
Mm.
not typecasting that they get overwhelmed? What overwhelm? The Gen Z wants instant feedback. They want instant answer. They play games and they have instant results. Certification is thrown on their face, and they need to have the thick skin to face it and to pass it. Enough of mollycoddling, these young people. All right. There is nothing like under overwhelming. These certifications are not rocket sciences. One must endeavor and have the depth, the thick skin to face challenges. 70% of learning is through challenging assignments. A rubber band works only when it's stretched. So I think we are the culprits in saying that Gen Z this and Gen Z that. I believe, and I have not seen Gen Zs. I have dealt with many Gen Zs. I have been talking at Pan African Youth Summit. I have been awarded by All Africa Student Union on mentoring youth. Youth are resilient. They just want opportunity. They are ready to face challenge. They do not get overwhelmed. They are ready to take on world. All they need is opportunity. So I think the Gen Z is more than ready to take this challenge of certification. There's nothing like overwhelming for them. And in fact, they get it much better than what you and I got, isn't it? They are blessed in an era where everything is laid much or less hardships compared to what the previous generation got. So there is nothing like overwhelm, according to me. They will face the challenges with conviction. They will rise to the occasion, and they will pleasantly surprise us all.
Thank you. Thank you. You've said that we should not mollycoddle the Gen Z. We should make them realize that this is about their future. Then let us ask ourselves this question.
Oh, wait. I think my experience of dealing with youth in 7 or 8 countries of Africa has not really given the impression of Gen Z, which we borrow from the West and the developed nations. The African Gen Z is different. It's resilient. It is willing to invite challenges. They are not gone woke. They are not that entitled as much as the rest of the world is. So there is somewhere that we thinkers are making an error of typecasting or probably copy pasting those impressions of those Gen Zs in the developed world who are entitled, woke, and they touchy feely, too much of that. Our African youth are resilient. So my message is to us that only thing that can stop the next generation is our limitation or our expectation of that. They're going to rise to the occasion and they'll surprise us pleasantly. We need to create opportunities.
Thank you. We need to create opportunities for the young people. Now, the question, as a CEO and a widely traveled professional, and I am sure you are an entrepreneur one way or the other. Let me ask you a question. When you're promoting somebody, do you specifically say, let me see what this person has done in terms of certification? Do you specifically say, I want to see what this person, so that they can be able to get that door open for them for promotion?
I think, sir, I believe certification, other things being equal, can move the needle slightly. Promotion is a function of potential and performance and vacancy. Promotion, certification would, again, I repeat, open the door for you, but not necessarily and make you enter the room or stay in the room. Having certification, but see, listen, I would put it in a very dirty way. Having certification can have a bad career move, okay? Can or maybe a bad career move, but not having certification surely is a worst career move. Are you getting it?
Yes,
Having
I am.
certification may be a bad career move, but not having certification is definitely a worse career move. So what I am saying is certification, I want to level expectations. Certifications would open your door in terms of intrinsic confidence, and that is a driver for greater performance. Certifications would make you competent, and that is an input for performance and potential. Certification would widen your strategic outlook, would enhance your habits to gain knowledge, to be relevant, to learn. But certification is not be all and end all of getting a promotion. Promotion is in organization looked at its criteria that are prefixed, again, potential, again, declared performance, and third is opportunity. So I want to level expectations and I want to tell that. But I tell you, for me, I have broken many records after I got certification. The external validation after you get certification. I told you how to become a cat in a rat race. All right. And not remain rat in a rat race. Certification is important. It's a blue ocean strategy move, and it does much more benefit than not doing it.
And of course, a cat has got 9 lives. What sets certified HR professionals apart in today's competitive job market? What sets
I think,
certified?
yeah. See, when you certify yourself, I think you hold the responsibility of demonstrating and living up to its ethos. It's living up. It's a constant realization that I must dispense my duty with utmost care, preparation, ethics, knowledge. All right. And I must not bypass or cut corners. So this certification is a promise to yourself to uphold a professional performance, which I already narrated earlier. Certification gives the first end impression and a benefit of doubt to a professional, which itself is a lead start. Compared to three candidates, one certified and two not certified, internally or externally, a certified guy definitely, professional, definitely gets a benefit of doubt. So again, I told you, door can be open, but to walk the door and stay the door, of course, is credible performance every time. Certification has really augmented my life. I have been, imagine coming from India with an African experience, going to US, sitting at committees as subject matter experts. The HR conferences of SHRM have 10 to 12,000 attendees. Can you beat that? What you have here is 500 attendees. That there are not more than 8 cities in US who can host an HR or ATD conferences. There are concurrent 20 presentations going on at one point in time, and you will be overwhelmed by the choice of which one to attend. So in that space, a certified person definitely is respected, is revered.
Very, very good. There are so many reasons why people sometimes develop cold feet in pursuing certification. One of them probably is money. The other one is the balancing. I am married. I do a lot of work. What can you tell people so that they're able to balance the interests of doing work, other things besides work, and family life, so that they can be able to pursue certifications?
I think very few people, 20% of people would have an intrinsic, intense drive, which focuses on this pursuit with that earnest that they subordinate every other distraction or every other responsibility, and they walk that extra mile. So those are genuinely those 20%. But I am not addressing those. I'm addressing the next 40%. So I believe one must look at an adult way that this certification is a smart way of me making a faster and a quicker career move, or me surviving a job where there is a threat of job. And once a person has decided, she has or he has to subordinate temptations to the pursuit. It goes to personal way of looking at it, but institutionally and team learning, when you make a team and when you make it fun learning, I tell you, the holy grail is learn in a team. And organizational people like me, I'm telling to me as CEO, policymaker, those who have resources at fore, create these teams, opportunities, time, space, and accommodation, okay, in a collective way so that people can together have fun and learn and get through this. Organization have this onus to do it. And my message to my other CEOs is create that space. Otherwise, there are winners, there are slackers. There are guys who start and they give up, and there are guys who never start. All right. So I believe to be is better than not to be.
Actually, now that you've mentioned slackers and other things, what kind of soft skills does somebody need to have so that they become early adapters to certifications?
I think curiosity.
Curiosity. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So curiosity is definitely one attribute that can be learned, that can come naturally. Secondly is bite size, breaking down the big. You need to eat a watermelon. You eat one bite at a time. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you have a genuine interest in HR, and if you like a challenge, you got certified. So I can't think of much more than what is on this. I would rather not have unwilling certification candidates. Let them rot in the rat race. The top 20% and bottom and middle 40%. Others, it's okay. Everything is not meant for everybody.
You've reminded me of the CEO of General Electric who talked about you should remove the 20% bottom. All right, there is a question here by Zawadi. Zawadi is saying, as an early career HR professional or perhaps a recent graduate, is certification needed at the moment? If so, what are some of the recommendations for young HR? I don't know where she is from. Zawadi, where are you from? As she tells us where she comes from.
I think, Zawadi, it's very simple. Early career, it makes more meaning to get certified so that the pace of rise is likely to be quicker and higher and faster. It makes more meaning. Ugandans are very, very curious. The English is awesome. And I just did visit the Uganda HR Association last week, and I did a talk at the Skies Hotel on AI and career growth. And I also did a Blue Ocean Strategy workshop at Uganda Bati Limited just fortnight or 10 days before. So my thing is, earlier you are, have a first early certification advantage. Also, please understand, you're not far from college days. So you used to learning. You're not left those days behind. Okay. So it is good and it is much more beneficial to do this now than after, when you have more responsibilities, when your health and your energy is saturating, when you have social family bondages that can consume your time and prioritize that. Right now is the time.
Very good. Strike the iron while it is hot. There's a question about an anonymous person. While pursuing higher education, such as master's, after your degree, could you advise on specializing or diversification or focus in your field?
I am a fan of diverse. I am a fan of what Laszlo Bock of Google wrote. In early career, go wide. And a career is broken into three parts. The first part of career is first 7 years or 10 years, you go wide, unrelated, diverse. I was a finance major and I opted to sell wine in UK. All right, it really helped me. So, so what I'm saying, the first part of career have wider. So go a meter deep and a mile wide in the earlier career. What happens in that phase is you understand people, you understand how to get things done, and you develop project management skills, getting things done. In the second phase of your career, go deep. Okay, so that's the second phase. Where do you go deep? That first phase would have told you, and use ikigai, Japanese. What is ikigai? What I'm good at, what is my strength, what is meaningful, and what market would pay. It is an intersection of four things. I may be very good, I may really love to sing, but I may not be good at it. All right, I may torture people by my singing or lack of skill. So I need to be a good singer, and that means I need to love singing and I need to be good at it. Third, it should be meaningful singing. That means I'm changing lives by singing. And the fourth, market would pay for me. So find your ikigai, and then in the second half of your career, go deeper, and you will be confronted with millennials or fresh out who are specialized, but you will beat them with your people and project management skills and maturity. All right. Because when you have invested in wider career, and when you decide then to go into, let's say, for example, AI at the age of 30, you will be rubbing shoulders with people who are 22 years deep and young, but you will beat them with experience, your people management skill, and your maturity. And the third part of the career is where you go into leadership ladder. I repeat, go wide, find out your ikigai, then go deep, and then
we need to
go
talk to specific ones.
into leadership.
There's somebody who should not be speaking. Grace, you can be able to see who is that, or Jacinta. Thank you. John Mwanzia is asking, what advice do you give or do you have for those who could like to transition from HR employment to HR consultancy? Are there certifications for consultants?
Very good. Okay. My biggest advice to those who are tired of internal bureaucracies and who want to make a big impact by being a consultant is it's not easy. Transition of consulting should be planned at least 4 years before when you go. Find out your signature strengths. Again, do Ikigai. Understand what market needs, what are the pain point, where are the underserved customer, and see if you have a value proposition which is distinguished from others. And if you have strength in that, and if you enjoy that. If you find your consulting USP, gradually transit into doing some internal assignments, some paid assignment. Don't quit job easily. I have coached many senior to me people who have moved from secure job to consulting, and they were disillusioned and they had come back. And coming back is humbling. All right. So consulting, also one of the holy grails or success factors of consulting is find and enter from top. You should be the top 10 percentile of the talent into an area where you're consulting. Otherwise, don't go. So, anybody wants to have that session with me, get me one-on-one, but please venture with careful. Go slow, plan well, right? Because there are the supply is
Pervez,
very high.
excuse me, Pervez, a little bit. There is somebody who is talking.
Jacinta.
Jacinta,
Jacinta,
Yes.
kindly mute yourself.
very good. There is Esther. You can continue if you had and finish that point.
Are you telling me?
Yes, yes. Mm.
Yeah, so it's a very well planned transition. Don't risk your job until you're very sure. It's not easy to be a great consultant. There are many average consultants. Okay. And you replace internal bureaucracy where at least your salary is secured with tapping the doors of gatekeepers, because consulting assignments are given by HODs. All right. And they are gatekeepers. They not necessarily understand the need. And to go to CEO who signs the check or who authorizes is difficult. So consulting is not easy. Please be careful.
Very good. There's a question by Esther Mushiri. What could you advise CHRP, that is Certified Human Resource Practitioners, or GHRP?
Okay. The GPHR has a filter. It depends on what level of career you are. You cannot take GPHR unless you have a senior experience in multi-country regions. So that's very specific and it has an entry barrier. SPHRI is deeper. So I would say you do CHRP along with SPHRI and always do together because the body of knowledge and learning of one would help you answer those difficult questions, which generally others cannot in other. So I would tell, read the body of knowledge and the content of everything before you pay the fee. All right. So CHRP is more akin to SCP or more akin to SPHRI than to global professional enumerators. Okay. If you have global experience, there is nothing better than GPHR. Nothing better.
Very, very good. There is Philemon Kipchirchir, and Kipchirchir is asking, could you advise someone who is not practicing HR at the moment to go for certifications?
Yes. I think there is nobody, unless you are surrounded by AI bots or AI robots, who is not practicing HR. A mother is practicing HR. A gardener is practicing HR. A driver is practicing. There is people in us everywhere. And how to get things done through others, how to influence others is HR. So I think reading the body of knowledge, the curriculum would give you an idea whether you were meant for it or not. So don't enroll, but read the material, and then you see whether you get that aha and that invite, and you will know, and you will have a gut feeling that yes, I am meant to be doing this. This is inviting, and I plunge, or just read, consume, and give it up if it doesn't resonate with you.
Quite good. I can see Samim. Samim said that those are great insights. You are truly a wealth of knowledge. I can see you smiling, which means you know Samim. Yes,
Shamin,
true.
Shamin, I reciprocate the same. One must learn from Shamin how to remain so curious, how to walk out of comfort zones to different terrains and be present at global conferences, and how to inspire, especially women in career. Shamim, salutes to you. Grace, salutes to you. Amazing women who are going to pivot and who are going to augment the African capabilities to the next level. Amazing.
Very good. Those are Iron Ladies of HR, and they are trendsetters. They have won trophies. They go globally. Now, your parting shot.
My parting shot is, don't remain in doubt that had I tried this, life has a big if in between, LIFE. Okay, give it a shot, give it a full-hearted shot, and then you rule out whether you were meant to be or you are not meant to be. Take a plunge, but very well prepared, and take certifications. I think it would give you a different kind of high, a different kind of feeling of being prepared, conviction to drive difficult projects. And the fact that you cross this certification barrier will also give you a lot of confidence to cross the corporate hurdles in real life, which each of them are as good as a certification test. So take a plunge without a doubt, give a full-hearted effort, and do a team approach.
Thank you. I know once we have done parting shot, we should not ask question, but I can see there's a question that has popped up, and the question is, where has it gone? Where has it gone? There's a question here which was quite long.
Check on the answered.
Yeah? Oh,
On the
okay.
answer.
Yes, someone has just finished bachelor in HR and wants to do certification, and that one. There's a longer question comes from that.
The one for Medic.
Yes, that one. If you can be able to read it.
Yeah. Hello, moderator. I'm 5 years into my career. For the last 2 years, I joined NGO Health as an HR. I have really appreciated health sector. I currently want to transition to an MD or CEO level. Instead of doing a master's in HR, could I proceed with a medical master's like public health, or should I continue with HR? I already have a bachelor's in HR.
Very good. I think 5 years into a job, NGO, you are at a crossroad. I would enable and ask and urge everybody to go into Ikigai, IKIGAI, what I love to do, what I'm good at, what is meaningful, and what market would pay. There are tools available where you do self-reflection and play with your tool. Don't do it alone. Do that tool, share it to somebody, and do it again after 2 months in a different mood, and then take this call of going wide, going deep, taking a course or not. These are very pivotal moments. The decision taken would steer your path to a different journey. So also don't take impulsive decision. Any decision of this sort should have currency and should have validity of at least 3 months. And take it when you are angry, take it when you are sad, take it when you are happy, take it when you are frustrated, take it when you are confident. And if it passes all the rules, all the tick box, to 60% of clarity, it is good. Please understand, clarity is a luxury nowadays. We live in a fuzzy world, in a VUCA world, in a Bani world, where we can't crystal ball anything. Learn to be ambiguity tolerant. All right. And you will never get an assurance in doing anything. All right. What to do when you don't know what to do? 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock on 30th is what we are talking about, Agile Africa. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is marry and dance with uncertainty. Okay. You cannot get clarity on anything, but whatever you choose to do, then do it in the top 20 percentile.
Very good, Pavesh. In the morning, I had something of appreciating contradictions, and you've mentioned that we should be able to appreciate ambiguities because nobody has a crystal ball on the future. You just have to do what needs to be done. I can see Barbara has said, well done, Pavesh. Always inspirational. Greetings from Uganda. Edna Rono has said, thank you very much. My name is Richard Magoma. Richard Magoma is a public speaking trainer, a moderator of events and interview preparation. My hosts were Catherine. My other hosts were Catherine Shidandi. She's in Naivasha right now. She is a sign language interpreter. And of course, from behind the scenes, who is having her supper, that is Grace Nzula, of course, known as the model of choice. See you on Tuesday for another.
I finished eating. I'm here.
All right. Tell us something.
For 1 hour.
Tell us something.
Yeah. I am definitely here, and I have really enjoyed listening to Bhavesh as always. And of course, let me just appreciate my friend Barbara from Uganda, and of course, Shamim, who was also logged in. And yes, we are looking forward to meeting Bhavesh here in Naivasha tomorrow. And thank you very much, guys, for making time to join the session. And it's really always a pleasure. And we shall see you next Tuesday for another conversation. And of course, you can follow us on WhatsApp. The link has been shared. And this recording will be on our YouTube channel, Get It Right with Atara Solutions. Again, the link has been shared. And I like the comment by Maston, the modern HR environment, which is so unpredictable. We need to repackage ourselves to match the changes. That is such an amazing. And yes, please go ye and learn. I mean, and certifications and micro-learning are what people are going for right now. So please keep learning and keep growing.
Yes, there is a very good question. If you can allow a minute, what do you mean in 20th percentile? Percentile means relative ranking. So when you say top 20th percentile means you are above the 80% of the people. Okay. In your norm group, in your comparative group. So Victoria, whatever you do, and when you especially do at a later stage of your career, and you take a pivot or you take a change, then ensure at least you are in top 20th percentile or top 33 percentile.
In short, Victoria, it is a segmentation of percentages. The highest percentage, probably 10, middle percentage, and of course, the last percentage. Thank you very much, Pavesh. Travel safely, and God bless everyone. See you on Tuesday for another occasion to demystify another very important topic. See you on Tuesday. God bless. Good night.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Bhavesh. Really appreciate. And thank you, Richard, and the entire Atara Solutions team. You guys are fantastic, Jacinta, Paul, and thank you for standing in while I'm away.
Night.